in this culture, the Sabbath law was important because it was a reflection of creation. On the seventh day, Jesus rested. And so God says, in his law, he says, you will then remember a day of the week and you will keep it holy. You will set it aside. You'll stop doing all your stuff for the rest of the week. Keep it aside. Keep it holy, where you can stop everything that you're doing. You can worship me. You can think about me. We can rest together. One of the ways the Pharisees helped people try and understand how to keep this law was by creating a system of do's and don'ts. And so they said, you could do this, but you can't do this, and you can't do this. And if you're in that, then you are keeping it holy. You're keeping the Sabbath holy. One of the things you can't do is heal someone. And so Jesus comes along, and it's the Sabbath. He runs into a crippled man. And the Pharisees are all getting interested and excited because they want to catch him. They want to catch him breaking the law. So Jesus looks at the crippled man, and what does he do? He heals him. And then the Pharisees and the religious leaders all freak out. And they say, you're a hypocrite. Look at you. You're breaking the law. And Jesus says to them, look, you guys have totally missed the entire point of all of this. See, the point of living under the authority of Scripture isn't that we all create a bunch of do's and don'ts, a bunch of checkbox lists. It's so that it actually changes who we are. The point of living under Scripture is to change our heart. See, we're not going to be salt and light in the world if all we're doing is writing out a system of things we're going to do and not do, go out into the world and then do and not do those things. The way we're going to be salt and light in the world is for us to have our heart changed so that at every moment in our life, we are acting in the way that God would act, right? We have to give up our heart, our selfishness, all of this stuff, let God change it so that it reflects him. And then we care about the things that he cares about. Then we don't need a list of do's and don'ts to tell us what to do. We are actually caring about the things God cares about. For me, this is challenging, because for me, when I look back at my life, I've served a lot in church, and the question I have to ask myself when I really wrestle with this on my own is, did it change my heart? All the time I put serving in church, did it change my heart? All the time I put in studying the Bible, all this stuff, did it actually change me? Or was it for me a system of credits? Was it a system where I was just building up credits for favor with God? I can be on the right line of being who he wants me to be as a Christian if I do enough of these things that he says. In order to change my heart. I think I'm wrestling with that. I'm wrestling with that now. Has it changed me? Am I letting it change me?